majority of Harley-Davidson owners like customizing their vehicles. To emphasize that distinctive sound, the original exhausts on older Harleys were likely cut off and thrown away decades ago. While some owners will peel things off, others will add all kinds of gewgaws and trinkets, and yet others will customize and cut their horses. Handlebars are changed, as are paint schemes. The 1979 versions can be distinguished from other variants by their exhausts. The stunning but imperfect XLCR Cafe Racer, a model that failed to attract the intended market, inspired the Siamese pipes. Back then, you had to build your own Cafe Racer rather than purchasing one off the shelf. Harley claimed that the Siamese exhaust improved horsepower and torque, which could be true, or HD could simply have had a surplus of Cafe Racer systems and needed to do something with them. You decide, because the pipes on the XLH only lasted a year. The XLH and XLCR may have appeared very different, especially the chrome and trim on the XLH versus the all-black finish on the XLCR, but they were very similar under the skin. The XLH also uses the Cafe Racer's master cylinder to power the twin front discs. The XLH has a high-flow air cleaner, according to Harley. This air filter housing is the size of an oven tray large enough for a Thanksgiving turkey and is one of the first things discarded by a new owner, so finding one intact is unusual. The real reason for the massive exhaust and air cleaner was that the old iron V-twin was mechanically noisy, and US law required it to be quieter. One attempt was made to reduce noise by paying close attention to the cams and valve operation, with everything matched. Using thicker head gaskets, compression is reduced to 8:1. The XLS, the custom version of the XLH, had front-mounted highway pegs and bending your leg.
With the 9-spoke aluminum alloy wheels, there are stainless steel disc brakes that are smaller than most and gripped by simple but stylish calipers. Riser-mounted drag bars were a new addition in 1979, saw the introduction of electronic ignition on the XLH. In 1977, the Sporty received a right foot shift. Harley also tucked the oil tank and battery under the side panels in 1979, making the XLH very skinny for a 1,000 cubic centimeters motorcycle. The headlight is small, but the amount of light it emits is sufficient, especially on high beam. The Sportster should look out of proportion with its small gas tank, large mudguards, and stepped seat, but it doesn't. The ride is difficult, and while the front forks can be seen and felt moving up and down, the rear shocks cannot. The controls are cumbersome. There's clutch and brake pull to strengthen your wrist muscles, and Mark described the clutch cable as like a hawser, the giant rope used to moor a ship, as I've recently discovered. The indicators have a unique Harley arrangement that only illuminates when you keep your thumb on the button. The ignition key and choke are hidden beneath the tank. One of the most persistent issues with a Sportster is the electrical charging system, which is exacerbated by the location of the voltage regulator. Harley realized it needed to be cool and placed it directly in front of the frame-down tubes, just behind the front wheel.